Hey guys, today by popular demand I have a tech video for you. What we're going to talk about in this video is something particularly interesting. I think it's Microsoft Surface now. Microsoft Surface. Now you might be thinking, hold on a second, I've heard this on Tom's channel before. Well you have. The original Microsoft Surface was the idea that people would have big tables in their homes that you could put objects on and interact with, and underneath the table it would be a functional table, but underneath it would be a computer and a touchscreen display so that people could interact with it. That was the old idea of Microsoft Surface, and it took off in the enterprise, but because of how expensive the devices were, they weren't that popular. It had immense potential, but unfortunately, like a lot of things in the tech world, the BlackBerry Playbook comes to mind, and the HP touchpad. It never really took off. Well, in a relatively recent presentation conducted by Steve Ballmer and Co, Microsoft announced a whole new approach to Microsoft Surface. But now Microsoft Surface isn't based on tables. It's based on tablets, and it takes on or embraces the idea of what they're doing with Windows 8, one operating system for all devices, and takes on what I would consider of more of an Apple approach of holistically controlling the whole experience. Because for the first time, other than mice and keyboards and webcams and things like that, they're actually manufacturing in-house, and they've designed the hardware for these tablets. So today we're going to talk about the different tablets, what they have, and I'm going to give you my opinions on them. And if you'd like to contribute anything to the conversation, then leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. So there are two Windows 8 tablets, and one is going to be running Windows RT, which is where the Apple approach I was talking about comes in. Windows RT is essentially just the Metro UI, or just what you get with Windows Phone. On the desktop version of Windows 8, which is something we'll also talk about in a minute, you have access to the Metro UI just kind of on a bigger scale, but you also have access to a traditional desktop interface with traditional the desktop applications. On the Windows RT version, which we'd assume would be slightly cheaper, although haven't heard any details on that yet. On the Windows, there's one Windows RT version and one Windows 8 Pro version. Now, the Windows 8 Pro version is obviously going to be a little more expensive, and to be honest, in my opinion, a little more sort of bogged down by trying to fit conventional desktop Windows onto a touch interface. To me, this, together with Windows Phone 7, represents kind of the after Bill Gates era. Bill Gates was very into productivity and desktop applications, whereas they're now taking a more Apple approach. If I hate to use that comparison, but because I'm not saying they're copying off them, because if you look at iOS versus Windows Phone 7, there are significant differences, So I hate to say copying off them, but taking ideas from them. That's just like they're taking that idea that we control the software, we control the hardware to give the customers a better experience. So, like I was saying, there's the Windows RT version, which is just the Metro UI, just the tablet optimized version, and then there's the Windows 8 Pro version, which will be a little more expensive, and also also includes a desktop version of Windows. Now, I just really wanted to talk about the design of these products and the general philosophy behind them, because, like I said, for the first time, Microsoft have designed a major product and not left it up to the OEMs to design. These Microsoft Surfaces have kickstand in the back of them, so you can stand them up, and there's it's made out of vapor bags, so a very strong material. And they're also selling touch covers with the devices, and what they are is covers you can put on the tablet, that when you stand it up in kickstand mode, it's a cover for the tablet, and when you're not using it, it actually still a cover for the tablet. But when you are using it, it's a keyboard, and it apparently has the same level of responsiveness in terms of speed responsiveness at the very least. Don't know about haptic feedback, but it certainly has the same level of speed responsiveness as a traditional mechanical keyboard, at least according to Microsoft. And that's available for both models, and you also get a trackpad with them. So even that is a quite departure from Microsoft. I'm just looking at the spec here. Both devices have a 10.6 inch ClearType HD display, but one of them, the Windows RT version, is 720p, whereas the Windows 8 Pro version is 1080p. Interestingly enough, both the Windows RT version and the Windows Pro version have USB ports, although one's USB 2, one's USB 3. So that means that unlike the iPad, this will be able to take information from peripheral devices. I know the iPad's got the camera connection kit, but that's quite restrictive. One's got USB 2, one's got USB 3, and the Windows 8 Pro version actually has USB 3, and they both have this interesting new technology of basically having two Wi-Fi antennas on completely different sides of the device. So they said in the press conference that whatever way you hold the device, you will get Wi-Fi reception, and the Windows RT version comes in 32 and 64 gigabyte configurations, whereas the Pro version comes in 64 and 128 gigabyte configurations. But like I said, to me the most interesting thing about these tablets is not the tablets themselves, but the change that I think they represent in Microsoft's philosophy that they've taken the time to manufacture the software, and it looks like a solid piece of hardware. And at least on the Windows RT version, they've designed a dedicated.
It's 14 hours.
Operating system. It's got its own marketplace, and you can't install third-party apps. At least, even the days of Windows Mobile, you could install third-party apps. So that's completely gone now, as it's gone from Windows 7. But so I just think it's an interesting change of philosophy, and I might well pick up the Windows RT version when they come out sometime in mid-October when Windows 8 is released, because I'm looking for something new in the tablet market, and I think Apple are resting on their laurels a bit with the iPad, but this brings something new and kind of interesting to the table, at least in terms of philosophy, if nothing else. Although I do think the actual product itself is nice as well, of course. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Leave your comments down below, and visit my website address, which is down below as well, tom-rogers.com. So visit there because I've got a whole bunch of content coming up there. I'll see you in the next video, depending on when I upload this. I don't know if it'll be a psychology video or a tech video, but I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye, guys.